What part does stinking thinking play in bondage to sexual sin? Well, stinking thinking is sin. It's a sin that compounds or provides the foundation for our more obvious sins. Our tendency to blame God, for example. When things go wrong, do you tend to place the blame on God? How about when you feel unloved, or when life treats you unfairly, or when tragedy strikes? Some people blame God for their looks, their lack of opportunities in life, their parents, or any number of other problems. They reason, if God is in control of everything, then He should have caused it to be different, more fair, less hurtful, or whatever. What they are doing is doubting the goodness of God, the core of all sin, according to Oswald Chambers. Having committed this first and cardinal of all sins makes us vulnerable to further deception and temptation. That's stinkin' thinking. Did God really say? Satan questioned that fateful day in the Garden of Eden. We assume that we have enough knowledge and experience to make such judgments of God. What arrogance! What foolishness! With our puny brains, smaller than a football, we assume that we know better than God Almighty. God's response to Job when he charged God with being unfair was, "Who is this that darkens my counsel with words without knowledge? Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand." So our doubt about God's goodness or fairness sets us up for a fall. I used to picture God as some guy up there with a whip ready to crack me one if I stepped out of line. I hated that God and rebelled against Him with all that was within me. The problem was, God is not like that at all. I was rebelling against a phantom of my own imagination, rather than simply believing what Jesus revealed to be the one true nature of the Father, which is love. Sometimes we also refuse to believe what God says about us, believing instead the words of our critics. God says that we are precious and of inestimable value in His eyes, and He proved it by dying on a cross. Yet we refuse to believe His word because we don't feel valuable, or would rather believe our feelings, or perhaps the critical judgments of those around us. This is stinkin' thinking, and the antidote to its devastating effects is to refuse to believe it anymore. When thoughts come that question the goodness of God, or that question your worth and value to Him and to His kingdom, you must tell them to take a hike. Name them as the lies that they are, and make a deliberate effort to rehearse in your mind what God says about the matter. Your feelings don't dictate reality, and neither do the judgments of others. God alone does, and He so loves you that He gave His only begotten Son for you. God is not a man that He should lie. If He has said something, you can take it to the bank.
Pure passion that beats for Christ alone.